morning, mama. It is time to wake up and be wealthy. It is time for you to become rich AF.
Sweet.
It is time for more ease, flow, and fun for you. It is time to build a life and business you are madly in love with. It is time to unlock the wealth codes needed to build your business with your dedicated host, me, Nellie Corvo.
One more time.
Nellie Corvo. I am the CEO and founder of the Wealthy Mama Movement, and I want to officially welcome you to the Wake Up and Be Wealthy show. I am the master at sales and social media with over 17 years of experience building brands in multiple industries, resulting in millions of dollars.
Nice.
I've mentored countless women from starting their businesses all the way up to multi-millionaires. I am here to be your go-to mama to help you build an iconic brand that you are proud of that creates massive cash and impact in the world. Without further ado, let's unlock today's episode. Enjoy! Juicy, it's juicy, it's juicy, it's juicy today. Oh my goodness. I just love that word, juicy. Doesn't it just sound good when you say it like, ooh, I've got something juicy for you? I really do. So we have a bomb-ass mindset around marketing and making money and using marketing obviously as the vehicle and social media as the vehicle to make that happen. And we have such a amazing offer that we've drank our own Kool-Aid on, and we're like, oh my gosh, Nellie, this is the best. Like, I already started talking about it because I'm so in love with it. Like, I'm in that much love with it, right? Because like when you're in love, like think about a time in your life that you were like madly in love with another human. You couldn't wait to talk to them, right? You couldn't wait to see them. You thought about them when you didn't see them or weren't talking to them, right? Like it's just a whole vibe. And that's really what we want because somebody feels that. Like you don't even have to say anything. Somebody feels it. And of course, like your skill set matters, your expertise matters. Like we want to make sure that you're feeling good and like the vibe is just so important too. So it's like it's a both and for sure. So now we're really going to get into like the nuts and bolts of marketing today. And no matter if you're like new to marketing or not new to marketing, I think that this is still beneficial because we can know stuff all day long, right? Like we all know to like get healthy, but at times we don't listen. So depending on where you're at in your education journey, I think it's really important to be like, okay, am I learning more or is it like time to be consistent and really hold myself to a marketing cadence, a marketing routine? Because consistency means something different for every person. But at the end of the day, consistency means doing something more than you're not doing it and sticking with it, right? This is not about being perfect. You do not have to post 800 times a day if that does not feel good to you, right? I've had days where I'm like just in such a vibe and I had stuff scheduled, but then I like had spontaneous things that I wanted to say and I didn't want to wait. Like I wanted them to be out in the world for whatever reason. So I want this to feel sustainable to you. So with that being said, I do want you to decide, okay, what platform makes sense for you to go all in with your marketing on, based on your offer. And also based on where you're most comfortable at. Maybe you have the most engagement or the largest audience or the hottest audience. I am much deeper on Facebook than Instagram. And so it is a leading piece of my strategy because it's one I'm an old soul. I really enjoy Facebook more. Like I'm the old soul. And there is a vibe of who I work with and they're the same way. But I am on the other platforms and we repurpose things, but most of my time is really spent on Facebook. So that's what has felt good to me. I post, whether it's scheduled or like spontaneous, multiple times a day on Facebook. I like to have a variety of stories and reels and live videos and Facebook backgrounds. And you'll see me with brand photos and then me with no makeup. Like, I really do love, and it's important to me to have different modalities on that platform and also show different pieces and parts of me. So that's really what we want to understand today, is like, what is the platform that makes sense and aligns with you and your offer and where you're most comfortable with. And then also the cadence. What can you commit to in this season of life? And I do also want you to make sure we're weighing the actual goal, right? Like, if you have a $50,000 goal for Q whatever, whether it's Q4 or a different time that you're listening, your effort gets to look different than somebody that wants $1 million goal or $500, right? So we do want to take that into consideration. It doesn't mean more equals more, but we do want to have more like intention, more focus, more strategy, the bigger the goal, right? And also we want to have a very juicy, there's the word juicy again, right? Juicy, hot audience, because if your goal is $1 million and no one knows you on the platform that you're spending a lot of your time and energy on, it's going to feel like you're swimming upstream. Like, again, we get to make this so freaking easy, right? And feel so freaking good. So we want to just like take all of those things into consideration, really make some decisions. A lot of times you're going to hear me say that it's like decision day. It's time. Like, we get to make some decisions, get some parameters in place. My vibe is I love to have like a baseline scheduled out. Uh, and I have a money making marketing masterclass where I go into what types of content. So I am going to reserve um, and invite you to that. It's an on-demand masterclass. You can pay for it, super affordable, but I go very deep into like different types of content, how we actually like make those pieces of content really help you sell without feeling like you're selling. So I'm not going to get into that, but you're more than welcome to obviously grab that, consume it. People really, really love it. I teach you like my strategy of how I break down creating content, and it's like a fun, playful office supplies kind of vibe. And people have really, really enjoyed that. But we're going to be doing the baseline today of that masterclass, which is what I've already been talking about, is like deciding the platform, deciding the cadence. And then from there, we want to also like set a goal. Do you want to schedule stuff out a week in advance to start, a month in advance, a quarter in advance? I'm getting to the point where I'm really craving multiple months ahead, because I've really like solidified my next level of where I'm heading, where my offers are heading, where my audience is heading. And so I feel confident scheduling that far out, and also knowing if life is happening or something in the world is happening, I can easily like unschedule something. But it feels really juicy to me to be multiple months. Like, my ultimate goal is like 6 months ahead with a baseline of content. I will always post spontaneously. It's just who I am. Like, as I was driving to pick up Emma today, I was like, ooh, I have an idea and I want to do it, right? A lot of times my reels I'll do in real time, and I'll do my Facebook lives in real time, but then everything else is most likely pre-thought out, pre-scheduled, and that feels really, really good. I will say, as a creative brain, and even having ADHD, it is very nice, very calming, to know that you've got this baseline of content that is not only warming your audience up, but again, we're here to make money. The content is also converting people, right? And this is all organic. We're not even like talking about paid traffic in this series, just because that's a whole different it's a whole different ball game. And I really do believe my philosophy on paid traffic is let's really maximize your organic content, unless you've got lots of loads of cash laying around where you can invest in a ads manager, you can invest a significant amount of money in actual paid marketing, and you're going to be able to pay your bills, right? Like, so there are people in the online space that have an advantage like that. A lot of people that I work with, that's just not aligned. And also, like, I've built, honestly, my business 90%, if not higher, on organic relationship building. And I don't have millions of people following me or on my email list. And I actually am really grateful for that, because it's just more evidence that you can do this. Like, again, whatever we believe is possible is possible. Okay. So we really want to get an understanding of, like, what is that goal of, like, a scheduling benchmark, so then we can start creating the content, right? Like, so if you decided you want to be a week out, then I would love for you to go to Starbucks, go to Panera, go to a park, like, go somewhere fun and creative. If you can't leave your house for whatever reason, then make your space creative, whether you turn off the lights and have a candle, or you get some, like, natural light coming in, or, like, good music. But regardless of where you're at, the vibe is important. Again, how we do most things is how we do most things. So we want to start getting that content created. A lot of times people are like, I don't know what to say. Okay. So again, in my masterclass, I go into that a lot, but one of the best things that you can do is think about your offer. Okay. What is the outcome of that offer? And we start teaching people little pieces and parts of that offer, because they're gonna want more. It's almost like when you're at Costco or Sam's Club, and those, like, sweet little ladies are out with their gloves, and they're serving a sample, right? They are doing that because statistically they know when they put the product in front of you, right, and it goes into your mouth and you're like, "Ooh, I really like that," and the product is right there, the sales go up. Like, they know what they're doing. They're not wasting their time and money having sweet ladies stand and give you samples. Like, they know what they're doing, and they're strategically doing different products because either they know that it is going to drive traffic, and or they're testing to see if it will drive traffic. So it can be, one, a case study and, like, market research, and or they already know that it works, and so they're running the play over and over and over again. Okay. So this is so similar to that, right? Give them samples of what they're going to experience, right? What transformation is going to happen in the actual offer that they'll spend money on, because it's going to be a no-brainer for them to be like, holy crap, just in this quick little reel, or just in this quick Facebook Live, or this story, or even this post, they gave me this little nugget, right, that completely shifted everything, right? So creating those small wins and even big wins for people before they even open up their wallets is exactly how you become a money-making marketer. Truly, at the end of the day. Yes, we want to make people feel inspired and empowered and educated and entertained. These are things that I talk about in the masterclass. Shameless plug, little tease. And at the end of the day, you could truly get on there and serve, and give them that sample, and then invite them to the next step. Like, if you loved this, you will absolutely love this one-on-one container, this book, this course, this, that, the other. People typically really don't care about the actual offer and what is offered. Sometimes they'll get a little weird about it, just because they're trying to figure out if things are for them. But the minute somebody has a transformation and they're craving more, they are so on board with, and they're drinking the Kool-Aid, that they're like, yeah, just, like, tell me how much it is. Tell me when to show up. Like, what's going on? I can't tell you how many times I've had clients buy something for me and they're like, what did I get? And sometimes I feel bad, because I'm like, did I not do, my due diligence of educating you? And I have to remind myself, people are emotional buyers. Once they have that activation, transformation, they're so they're so sold, right? Like they worry less about the bells and whistles and the features, and they're just so sold on the transformation that they trust you so immensely that they're like, yeah, just tell me how much I owe you and where to be, right? Now there is still a population of people, even when they do feel that way, are going to be like, okay, let me check my budget. How many calls are there? How long are the calls? Are they Zoom? Are they calls? When are they? Like, you'll still have some of those people, and I appreciate those people. Like, I love working with all different types of buyers because everyone has different buying behaviors and personalities and goals. And some people love taking risks and some people don't. So it's like I do respect and appreciate however they're showing up in the buying process. And I'm so detached from them buying, which it does take practice. Um, that I'm just here to answer questions. I'm of course excited, like especially when I know them and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, they're a dream client." Like I do have to like calm myself down because I get genuinely excited and also know that, everyone's on their own journey and everyone's at different parts in their journey, and I never ever want to force anything because when you force stuff, it's just a disaster, right? Like that client is either like super overwhelmed or not happy, and it's not even worth any amount of money. So I definitely know that, and I'm very much like I will follow up, I will answer questions. It's always your decision, and that's like the biggest thing that I want you to hear in this money making marketing process is when you don't make it weird. Like if I hear the word salesy anymore, I'm just going to be like, peace out, Boy Scout, because that's a conditioning, right? Like that's a way to keep women quiet and the financial gap to still exist, right? Because it's so much fucking fear mongering of like, don't be salesy. I don't want to be salesy. I've seen somebody else be salesy, right? Like I don't want to be her. And here's the thing, how you get really fucking good at sales and marketing and anything is freaking doing it. You may be terrible in the beginning and celebrate that. Like when I was on year 1 versus year 15 or 17, like I lose track of where I'm at in my journey, doing different things, but like I've been at this for a really long time. When I was the little 16-year-old, yes, did I believe? Of course. And also, I like did not know what I was doing. I remember for my first fundraising event, my mom said are people gonna come? And she didn't. I don't think she meant it in like a mean way. There's a lot there. We don't have to talk about it today. But like it was like a valid question because I was like, oh, they'll show up. Little old me, I was like, they'll show up, right? Build it and they will come. Me now would not bank on that, right? I'd be like, where's the data? What have I done, right? And people did show up, and we raised like $3,000 for my first fundraiser when I think I turned 17 by the time the fundraiser happened. But like, it's just be okay with sucking a little or a lot, like embrace it. How we get good at anything is freaking doing it. And when you have fun doing it, it really doesn't matter, right? And I do believe when you have good intentions, people can see that, right? And like if you're a neurodivergent friend, I know rejection can be a whole thing, which we should probably do a whole series on that alone. So go at your pace, do it in a way that feels good. Um, if you want to start in a Facebook group versus like publicly, do that, right? Like if do this in a way that really does feel good, and practice. In our household we say practice makes better, not perfect, because we're not worried about being perfect, and I don't want my kids to at all feel that, or try to reach for that. So like I quiz Emma all the time. I'm like, practice makes, and she says better. So I'll say that with you right now, practice makes better. Okay. So your homework for today, as I am in the car pickup line and I'm getting very close to picking up Emma, you're getting the behind the scenes vibe here today. So your homework for today, okay, is to do one sample post. Okay, it can be a reel, it could be a story, it could be in a Facebook group. I don't care the modality, I don't care the platform, but I do want you to think about your offer, okay, and think about one piece of that transformation that you can help create for somebody, right? So for example, if you were in health and fitness and a big piece of your program was protein, right? Like, when women eat their protein, right, more and more protein, they get great results. Then you could go on Facebook Live and say, like, here's the number one thing that I need you to focus on to help you lose weight quickly. And then you could talk about it, right? And then you would invite them, right, to a discovery call or to apply and fill out a form, depending on what the offer is. Because the cool part about that is it gets the dialogue going. She's going to go then eat some more protein because most women don't eat enough protein. Fun fact. And let's say she eats a little extra protein than she normally does. And in that live, maybe you could give some examples of like easy ways to get protein in or something like that. But she goes and gets a little protein in more than she did before. She is going to feel better, right? Or water or whatever else you're going to work on with them. And like, there's a big fear for people of like, well, I don't want to give too much away for free. Hello, have you listened to my podcast? Like, we give so much away for free, and also know people will always pay for personalized support, customized, done for you services, right? For community, for experiences, et cetera, et cetera. So it is a mindset and a belief. If you believe that you're giving away too much, then that's what you're going to put out in the world, and that's what you're going to get back. If you believe that this is so valuable and that the right people are going to join and buy from you, then that's what you'll get back, right? So let's get to our homework. Let me know how you're doing, how I can support you. When you're ready, let's talk about becoming a VIP client, because we only have so many spots, so we can really go deep and give each and every VIP just this red carpet, juicy, there it is again, experience. So I really am focused on maintaining that and protecting that. So don't wait too long to apply, and at least chat with me, and we can really make the most beautiful VIP personalized, customized container for you and your goals, and just make all of this feel so fun and easy for you. So make it a great day. I love you so much, and I'll see you back.
Woo! Is your head spinning? I hope you took so many notes and you feel so inspired. Time truly flies when you're learning about becoming wealthy AF. I hope you loved today's episode. That does it for us on the show. Don't forget, every weekday we unlock another juicy money-making episode. So be sure to subscribe or follow where you're listening to this. And also, don't forget, if you haven't already, to leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform so we can take over the world together. And share a takeaway on social media and tag me at The Wealthy Mama. We love doing spontaneous prize giveaways. So don't forget to tag us with a takeaway so we can reward you as being one of our biggest fans and listeners. Until next time, don't forget, you are worthy of being wealthy. And from everyone at the Wealthy Mama movement, we love you. Make it a great day.